the bare minimum isn't enough. A lot of the times, what people do, what we do as society, as people, is we look for what's the least possible amount that I can do in this specific thing. So, for example, let's say you are working in a job or you're working on a business. You think, what's the minimum? What's the minimum I can do? You're in your job, right? As soon as it hits five, let's say you're in a typical 9 to 5, where it's specifically based on how much time you're working and all that kind of stuff. As soon as it hits 5 o'clock, you're out. You're like, nah, I'm done. I'm done. As soon as it hits 9 o'clock, you're probably just pulling up to the office because you're actually probably going to go a bit late because you know that you can get away with it and it's not really going to do anything. When it hits 11:55, you're already on your way to lunch, etc. This is the mentality that you're operating in. Now, granted, it's slightly different if you're in a job and you're building something else on the side. That's your main thing, your main passion. But at the same time, I would argue that it can be a great thing to adopt the mentality of doing everything you do well and doing everything you do properly and not cutting corners and all that kind of stuff. But that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. But I'm assuming with what I'm saying that your job is something that you're actually taking seriously and it's your career that you actually want to progress in. If that is the case, then doing the bare minimum is not going to be enough. It might be enough to keep you there for now, but if you really want to excel, if you really want to be extraordinary, like we speak about on this channel, then it's not going to cut it. What we want to do is we want to observe the masses as we want to do the opposite. That's what the masses are doing. The average person is just clocking in, clocking out, not really putting much intentionality to what they're doing. They get to the end of the day, they probably don't even remember what they've done. But what you're going to do instead is you're going to be intentional. And maybe it is focusing on your business. Maybe it's not your job. Maybe it's your business. Maybe it's your fitness, whatever it is. Focus on doing what is necessary rather than doing the absolute minimum. And you may argue that that's the same. I guess maybe it could be worded slightly better. What I mean is focus on what's doing. Focus on doing. Wait, slow down. Focus on doing what is necessary for you to get to the goals that you actually want, which isn't necessarily the minimum, because the minimum isn't actually what's necessary. The minimum is just, you know what, this might get me by, this might get me forwards a little bit. Let's focus on doing better as society, because imagine how much more we will be able to achieve as people if we actually try harder, if we actually put our all in, or even if you're not putting your all in, even if you put 80% in, you're going to be so much better, because I feel like most people probably might be putting 50%. I don't know. I don't have the statistics. Don't quote me on that. Yeah? But all I'm saying is let's strive to do better. With that being said, I'll catch you in the next video, guys. You already know the vibes. You've been tuning with Shay Lamar. Peace out.